Hey guys, welcome to July favorites and hate it. This month I have a few dud items that I thought, why not just throw them into this video instead of waiting for another worst products video. So I do have those coming your way as well, a few things that just didn't work out, but I have a ton of things that did work out and a few odds and ends that are not makeup, but most of it is makeup. So let's get started. This is new from Ciate. I have been obsessed with this. This is Palm Island. They have another shade that's a bit darker that is not for my complexion, but they do have different shade options. That's my point. This is a beautiful, easy to blend matte bronzer. And she almost just broke it. This formula in here is so smooth. I cannot get over the texture. It just kind of whoosh, just bronzes you up so effortlessly. It doesn't budge or grab or act really weird. It's just a very smooth product that has no shimmer in it, but blends beautifully. So I love that. From there, I do want to mention a few lip items. Actually, a lot of lip items. So Estee Lauder sent over the most crazy PR package. These were sent to me a while back. These were like in this huge pinwheel with I feel like 100 different lipsticks. I'm not even exaggerating. I have a ton of them that I'm gonna be putting in giveaways, but I wanted to share with you some of my favorite shades. This one right here I'm wearing today. This is number 107 Naked Truth. And there is just something about the formula on these that builds up, covers very opaquely, leaves a nice cream finish, and I'm just in love with these, and they don't smell like anything. Usually in my brain, Estee Lauder had very harsh chemical perfume fragrance in their lip products, and I never really liked that, so I'm really happy that they changed the scent, the formula. The packaging with the little magnet is really fantastic as well. For gloss, I'm actually wearing this today as well. I always try to wear as much as I can in a favorites video to kind of showcase these are my favorites. So this is what I'm wearing on top of that lipstick. This is the shade Please Me from MAC. And I used to be a very big fan of the shade See Through as far as the MAC glosses go, but this one on top of any coral or pink just gives you that ultra wet shine, but there's no glitter in here. It's just completely smooth. It doesn't lay into the lip lines. It actually somehow kind of lays on top, making your mouth look really full, but it doesn't get goopy either, so long as you don't overdo it. So this one I'm really loving, and I've also fallen back in love with MAC lip liners. These were sent over as well, and I started playing with them, and I was like, the kind of stiffer lip pencils do work. There's something to be said about getting that really harsh edge and kind of going back and forth and almost building it up. That is a trick that almost no one talks about. When you were doing your lip liner, a great way to make things look fuller, and if you've ever had your makeup done by a pro makeup artist, you will notice a lot of them will do this trick. You will actually feel them go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, especially over the Cupid's bow. And that just lets the pigment in the pencil build up a nice edge on the lip. Instead of just doing one swipe, you kind of just really work the pencil in, and it's a trick that I love doing, and it works best with a stiffer formula, so I have been reaching for these a ton. Now I'm going to take a sip of my favorite of July water, because it's not just water, it has caffeine in it. Not sponsored. This is the Hint Black Raspberry Caffeine Kick. It has 16 milligrams of caffeine. I feel like it's a little bit healthier than Red Bull, and I have been a bit of an addict to Red Bull. I love caffeine, what can I say? But this is not carbonated, so you don't feel all gross. The Velvetizer. I love this powder so much. I really, really love this powder. I don't mix it in with the foundation all the time the way I did in the video where I first tested this. I will link that below. But I do set my face with this. I don't like to bake with it. I'm gonna be totally extra and share with you guys that I will use this to set my foundation, my concealer, and then if I want to bake, I will either use Beauty Bakery setting powder or Coty Airspun. But this powder on the rest of the face, especially throughout the day, if you need a touch up, if you go in with a velour puff, just like that, and you go in and you just kind of press it into the skin, it brings your foundation back to life. No joke. I really didn't need to powder just then, but I wanted to show you guys what I do. It just brings everything back to life. It almost feels like it minimizes pores and it minimizes shine, and it does make your skin look like velvet. It's so good. All right, I also did a hot or not on Lit Cosmetics, and what I want to say is my favorite is, yes, I like those. They're actually on my desk right now. Yes. But this liquid gel base or glitter gel base, what are you actually called? Clearly, liquid glitter base. This is the most bomb glitter glue ever invented, and not just for glitter. And I mentioned it in this video, but you can use your metallic powders with it. You can just lay this on the lid and it just makes everything just like completely stay put. You can't scratch at your eyes because like bits of crap will fall everywhere, but if you need something to really lock your look hardcore into place, invest in a bottle of this. It's so good. So moving from there, these palettes, whether you like Jeffree, you don't like Jeffree, if you take the personality away, let's just look at the shadow and focus on the shadow. The quality of these is insane. There is nothing else like these mattes. These will blend out like you won't even believe. Normally shadows you really have to work with. You'll have a bald spot. You have to go back in with the color. You have to continue buffing, blending, building, buffing, blending, building. These shadows make it so easy, especially on the lower lash line. I always have a problem with my lower lash line, and I have been using these matte shades to really pump up the color there very effortlessly. I also love the shade Safe Word for contour. This is the Androgyny palette, love it. Then out of the Beauty Killer palette, I really love the shade Courtney. I'm wearing it today. I am also wearing the shade Vanity, and I'm wearing China White as my brow bone highlight and a little bit on the inner corner. And it's just, do you see how soft and blended, but also kind of glamorous the makeup looks? That's what these shadows do. They are stunning. I love them. From there, I want to mention that I fell in love with a Revlon product out of the blue. Like, I used to not like this stuff. It used to sit on my skin so heavily, but I think they've reformulated things. This is the Revlon Colorstay makeup. This has an SPF of 15 in it. I am the shade 240. I'm wearing it right now. It goes on so beautifully. It's not a matte finish. It's not a satin finish. It's not dewy. It's just your skin, but completely evened out. There is nothing that drags. There's nothing that moves weird. It builds up how you want it to. You can get it to be very full coverage in areas that you want it to be full coverage, and then it will kind of like meld and mix with everything around it. So I went like 2 layers on the cheek area and kept everything else very, very light. And even up close in person, it doesn't look like I'm wearing stacked, caked makeup. So I'm loving this. Love that it comes in a pump. You guys know that. And it does stay on your face for such a long time. I love it. Okay, as far as highlighters go, we have a couple of awesome options at the drugstore. Milani and Maybelline, I don't know which is better because they're both really, really good. So the Master Chrome highlight, I talked about this in a video, of course, and I just wanted to bring up to you guys that I am still using this. I am still so in love with it. It gives the most insane amount of shine, and I cannot believe the way that it feels, the texture, how it wears, how it applies, that it is drugstore makeup. It's just like, how? How's the drugstore just really keeping up? And then we have this one from Milani. Look at that. So a little bit lighter and not as metallic, but still very, very pretty. It gives you this beautiful glow. It's very creamy. It doesn't exaggerate pores, but it's still a very blinding highlight. This is the shade 2 from Milani, and then this one from Maybelline is number 100 Molten Gold. I hope they come out with more because dang. Also, I want to give a shout out to Lash Paradise. You guys know I love this. I talk about it nonstop, not sponsored. I feel like I always have to say that. But I did try out their waterproof formula, which is incredible, but you better believe you're going to need oil to get it off at the end of the day. I only use this once in a blue moon if I know I'm going to be around water, if I'm in crazy humidity, or I just need that mascara to really lock in. This one is great as well. So I'm still loving the Lash Paradise, waterproof or regular. I have a few kind of skincare, body care products. I have this from L'Occitane. This is the Velvet Serum for your body. Now, the thing that I love about this, it's like a gel serum, kind of what you would put on your face underneath your facial moisturizer. But what I do when I get out of the shower with this is I'll take a couple pumps and I will go to town. Yes, on my boobs too. I will, this whole area gets it. It's just like super skincare on the arms, and I feel like it's really improving the elasticity, the firmness, the softness of my skin, and then I go in with a body moisturizer on top. So I love this. The scent is very floral. It's actually not my favorite scent. It's a little bit floral, but it doesn't hang out too long. Most people would enjoy this scent. I just like more warm scents, I guess is what I'm saying. But the texture on this and the way it has improved my skin's firmness, I'm loving it. I also want to share with you guys, I'm back on my Donna Karan deodorant. God dang it, this smells so good. I was at Sephora and I totally caved. I had not bought this in a long time. Like, I put this in a luxury video of like, luxury, worth the splurge. Here's this deodorant. And there were plenty of you guys that were like, Tati, what are you doing? Like, don't spend your money on deodorant like that. That's dumb. But I love this. It gives me great joy to know that I don't smell bad, and that if I do heat up, that I'm gonna be smelling like cashmere mist. So it is worth it. It's such a good deodorant. That's a weird recommendation, but I just thought I would throw it in because why not? You guys always want to know what sunglasses I am wearing. Dang it, these need to be cleaned. Ignore that. These are the best sunglasses. If you always want to rock that like flat top kind of a thing, like the bigger sunglasses, but you look like an idiot in those frames, because hi, that's me. I try them on and I'm like, wow, I look so stupid. Like, it just swallowed up my whole face. These ones, I am telling you, are so flattering on anyone, and they're magic, and I always feel extra cool wearing them. So these are definitely a splurge item. These are designer glasses by Chloe, but they are probably my most favorite pair of sunglasses that I have ever purchased. And I will admit to you guys, I like these so much that I got them in another color. I never do that, but I was so afraid that I would never find sunglasses that looked this good on me ever again in my life, because I feel like I'm always looking for them and never finding them, that I was like, I need another color. Like, what if I break these? Like, I need a backup. So these are a true love. Back to makeup for a moment. I also want to give a shout out. I will link this video below where I swatch every single one of these gorgeous shades. This is from Morphe. This is the Jaclyn Hill palette, and I am still using it, still loving it. It's good. Let's talk about the crap products, because I know you guys are all waiting for that. So I recently purchased from Shiseido the Ibuki Smart Filtering Smoother. This was something that you could use as a primer, and do we see how tiny this is? What in the hell? It is so expensive. Okay, so it feels really good on the back of your hand. You try it out in Sephora and you're like, oh, yep, smoothing. I see I'm getting less wrinkly on my face. I could see where this is going. It doesn't do anything. It's so expensive. You're better off using like the Professional or some kind of other primer. This is just not worth the hype. If you like the Ibuki line and you see this and you go, maybe, just pass on it. Then we have the weirdest dry shampoo ever. It says it's a sheer dry shampoo, and I really don't feel like ruining my hair right now, but you guys, check it out. How is that sheer? And I am not spraying that on my head, okay? I would look like a baby powder mess. Like, just, I feel like I should grant you guys wishes right now. Like, what just happened? The Caviar line from Alterna is something that I do love. Their moisturizing shampoo and conditioner I've used for probably a decade on and off, and I really love it, but this one, no. This is from Bobbi Brown. This is their new concealer. I always tell you guys whether I like something or don't like something, and even if a company sends it to me, I keep my channel very editorial, and they know, and they can handle the feedback, so I'm not trying to like hate on a brand. I need to make that clear, especially when they give me a generous gift, which kind of makes me feel like a jerk. But I just want to let you guys know, if you have been curious about this concealer, I'm going to pro and con it for you. It is very thick. It does cover like crazy. But what this is more like a concealer that you would have in a jar that you would apply very sparingly with a brush, versus something that you go in heavily with a doe foot applicator like the way that this one is sold. So it's just a little bit too heavy for me, a little bit too balmy, and it definitely does not outdo a lot of my favorite drugstore concealers. So this was a pass for me, and it just didn't wear that well either. It was almost too much, like it was just too much makeup. Also, E.L.F. blush. I actually picked this up because I thought it would be a dupe for a NARS blush. I mean, they look kind of exactly the same. This one just goes on like a choppy mess. You put it on and you like blend really nicely, and you'll have like a little circle of like color that just grabbed. And I can't stand that, especially in blushes. It's just, if that happens one time with a blush, I'm just like, we're done. A lot of really beautiful products. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments, what did you love about July? What were your favorites? Maybe some things that didn't work out. I love that conversation whenever I do these kind of videos, to hear from you guys. And I hope you're having a good one. Let's all have an amazing rest of the summer. I'm sending you love, and I will see you all in my next video. Mwah.